Edition of Storytime. Our letter of the day today is letter A. And letter A is really special because it says two different sounds. It says a short sound, like apple or ant or acrobat or astronaut. And it also says a long sound, A, like an apricot or an ape, like a monkey. All right. So we've got the short sound, and we've got the long sound, A. Very good. Letter A says two sounds. Now, we've got our first book today. There's an alligator under my bed. Alligator says the short sound, alligator. Should we read Alligator Under My Bed by Mercer Mayer? There used to be an alligator under my bed. When it was time to go to sleep, I had to be really careful because I knew he was there. But whenever I looked, he hid or something. So I'd call Mom and Dad, Mom, Dad, but they never saw it. It was up to me. I just had to do something about that alligator. So I went to the kitchen to get some alligator bait. I filled a paper bag full of things that alligators like to eat. I put some peanut butter sandwiches, some fruit, and the last piece of pie in the garage. I put cookies down the hall, and I left fresh vegetables on the stairs. I put some soda next to candy, and then I put it by my bed. And then I watched and waited. Sure enough, out he came to get something to eat. Then I hid in the hall closet and I followed him down the stairs. I followed him down the hall. When he crawled into the garage, I slammed the door and locked it. Woohoo! Then I went to bed and there wasn't even a mess to clean up. Now there's an alligator in the garage. I wonder if my dad will have any trouble going to work in the morning. I'll just leave him a note. Dear Dad, there's an alligator in the garage. If you need help, wake me up. Warning, be careful. The end. Isn't that so silly? Are you ready to sing a song with me? All right, this is the 5 Little Apples song. Are you going to do it with me? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, so we can pretend that these are our apples today. If you want to draw your own apples with crayons or markers and put them on your fingers for a fun art project, that would be fantastic. All right, here we go. Way up high in the apple tree, 5 little apples smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple and was it good. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. Way up high in the apple tree, 4 little apples smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple and was it good. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. Way up high in the apple tree, 3 little apples smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple and was it good. How many are left? 1, 2. Here we go. Way up high in the apple tree, 2 little apples smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple and was it good. How many are left? Just 1. Here we go. Way up high in the apple tree, 1 little apple smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple and was it good. Now how many are left? 0 apples are left. Such a bummer. Are you ready for our last apple book? This is a good one. Here we go. Little Apple Goat by Carolyn Jane Church. Down on the farm there lived a little goat. She was quite an ordinary goat, ordinary in every way, except one. She had quite unusual eating habits. While most goats were happy to chew on last week's leftovers or Wednesday's washing, little apple goat preferred. Now what do you think she liked to eat? Apples and pears and cherries. Every autumn, little apple goat spent happy days in the orchard, waiting for a crunchy apple, a rosy pear, or a juicy cherry to fall. Plop! When evening came, little apple goat would trot to her meadow, and on the way she would send a shower of pits and seeds over the hedge. Blippity-plop! Day after day, year after year, little apple goat's pits and seeds flew over the hedge. One particular autumn day, the breeze began to blow. The breezy afternoon became a blustery evening, and the blustery evening blew into a stormy night. The animals were very scared indeed. They huddled close together in the barn, and the wind howled all night long. Oh no. In the morning, little apple goat rushed straight to the orchard. The storm had toppled every single tree. The orchard that little apple goat loved so much was gone. All the animals were very sad when the farmer came to take the logs away. The farm just won't be the same without the orchard, they said. As autumn turned to winter, little apple goat watched the smoke curl from the farmhouse chimney. At least the logs will keep the farmer warm, she thought. At last spring came. One day, little apple goat noticed something bright and flowery peeking over the top of the hedge. Blossoms! She thought as she continued on her way. Then one autumn, the blossoms were gone, and the fruit hung from the branches. Little apple goat could hardly believe it. The animals were so happy to have a new orchard. But how did this happen? Who could have planted it, they wondered. Who do you think did? Who planted the new orchard? That's a great question. I wonder if we'll find out on the next page. But you know who, don't you? Flippity, flippity, flop. What did she do with the seeds when she was done? She spit them over the hedge, and she didn't even know it, but she planted a brand new garden. All right, so let's review what our letter of the day is. It is letter A. So we have a apple, that's a short sound. And we have this insect, an ant. Very good. We have a alligator, astronaut, acrobat. An acrobat is somebody who does fun flips and twists. And an axe for our short sound. And our long sound are words like ape, like a monkey, and apricot, which is a really delicious fruit that we can eat. All right, friends. I hope you are enjoying our story time.